Go. Okay, so we've got Deborah Tavares and Mark Steele.
Yes, and I'm with StopTheCrime.net, and I'm here at the AV10 conference, and it is May the 12th of 2019. And we're talking about 5G right now, and the fact that this is a genocide plan of electrocution of all living things, not just humans, but animals. There won't be anything surviving that's alive.
Absolutely nothing. It's a total takedown of biology. And densification is one of the technical parameters of 5G, and that just means a lot more, billions more transmitters. Those transmitters have already caused significant damage to the environment, to humanity.
Well, birds have already fallen out of the sky in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
We have seen evidence of dead and dying trees as a result of just the smart meters and the cell phone towers. So you add this additional electrosmog and pollution into the mix. And what I think, Mark, and tell me if you agree, we have a document that is a Fort Meade military document on frequencies, and it was part of my talk. A 1998 military document that talks about the fact that 100% of the population would be affected by frequencies. And we're not talking 5G yet. We're talking about what was already unleashed on us recently with all of the added Wi-Fi, antennas, cell towers, smart meters, wireless water meters, all of the wireless in our environment that is piling up, and in California, as you know, we've had these horrific fires because of the electromagnetic frequencies along with all of the heavy metals in the environment. We're exploding.
Absolutely, that's a smart, I saw the images in Paradise. In fact, I do the talk tomorrow, and there's one of the images you had, which I actually have, and what it shows in that image is where the homes have actually just imploded they've been incinerated from the inside out. I spoke to a lady in Paradise who, her home, she was actually sitting in her home, she heard all this crackling, turned around and could see all the electrical appliances in her home just bursting into flames. She ran out and survived, but where you've got, I don't know how many people are actually missing, but you'll see the cremation of biological structures. Nothing will be left, because the microwave radiation from the smart devices, whether it be smart meters, smart TV, smart phones, whatever smart secret militarized armaments and residential technology, and smart emissions, so what they're called smart, it's basically just microwave radiation in there and the crosswave frequencies. Once you get an ignition, so like an overpower sort of ignition, then what actually happens?
A pulse frequency.
Pulse frequency.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it probably was an EMP.
Well, it was a multiple of things, and it most definitely was directed energy weapons.
Well,
along with the smart grid.
Yeah, I saw some dual weapon imagery on YouTube and it did look like Paradise. It was hanging on an aircraft. It was a bit, for me, most direct energy weapons operate in non-visible spectrum. You can't see them. So it was pretty interesting. I thought, well, that's like, let's say they shot JFK and used a tracer bullet. So that, to me, told us that I'm pretty sure it wasn't a Jew, because to actually see a Jew in operation is pretty unbelievable for somebody that knows about them. So to me, I believe what actually happened, it was an accidental EMP. Now this is quite interesting, because smart devices, obviously the potential for an accidental EMP is pretty high. Now, it may have been deliberate, but
so EMP is an electromagnetic pulse.
And an electromagnetic pulse can be, you could have an element in a cooker where it breaks. Obviously smart meters don't have surge arresters, they're not taking the energy to the ground. What was really interesting in those pictures in Paradise is the fact that the trees are still standing.
And they're green.
And they're green. So they've taken the energy to the ground. The only thing that's not taking the energy to the ground is the home. And it's where the frequencies are breaking down the fabric of the building. So when an EMP, whether it's accidental or deliberate, it's no matter. The fact that you've got that extra surge of energy it shows how these buildings are actually just ready, they're like tinder boxes, ready to explode with that extra bit of energy.
Now let me ask you this question. A number of years ago, there was an engineer out of Canada that was talking about the increased frequencies in the environment and how this is representative of many earthquakes, miniature earthquakes, that are pulsating all brick and mortar buildings and shaking them and increasing, declining infrastructure and bridges. Now we have had in San Francisco, the Oakland Bridge has recently had concrete falling off of the bridge down onto cars. Now we know about the Wigner effect and how that causes deterioration and decomposition of steel because of the radiation, like from Fukushima, and the releases that they're doing from other nuclear plants. But you add all this together, and they're dismantling us, as I like to say it, a silent weapon for a quiet war.
It's definitely a silent weapon for a quiet war. In fact, I'm sure I've turned that phrase somewhere.
Well, I know that this is an extinction plan.
Absolutely.
This is a genocide plan. And just what are you going to do about this? Because we really are facing annihilation. Really sit hard on this and think about this.
Absolutely.
Because there's no coming it back out of this.
No, it's fight back time. We have to garner support, take this, and start the resistance against this. We do have time. We're a little bit early. There's far too many people waking up to the fact that what's really going on. Your government's not there to help.
No, we're there. They have targeted us as the enemy.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have all of these disasters, the poisonous water, the food, the eroding intentional coastlines, which I know that they're using also directed energy weapons on the coastlines. Because certainly I found documents that you probably heard me talk about, that the coastline's under attack because of the blast wave accelerators and the erosion. And they're calling all that sea level rise, and they're going to require mass migration from the coastlines. They're pummeling us with everything.
Well, they want people in cities. They want you in a smart city, and then what happens is when they get enough people in the smart city, this 5G, IoT, smart city development, then EMP, vaporise the city, take everything out, nothing left. I mean, vaporise everything. So you've got concrete just basically powders. You've got everything just bursts into flames. Basically turn the whole place into a raging inferno. In fact, in South Korea, switched on 5G on the 5th of April and set fire to 5 cities.
Of this year, of 2019. So on the 5th of April, South Korea
flipped it on, the burnt out 5 cities. National emergency, wasn't very well covered in the press. There was some little bit of coverage in the press. I've got some really interesting imagery that basically is a bit of a smoking gun.